Have you ever felt like your day is constantly out of control? Tasks pile up, deadlines are missed, and your mind seems to jump from one thought to another, like a TV channel changing frantically? This could be more than distraction. It could be ADHD. But don't worry, with the right strategies, these challenges can become superpowers. Today, we'll explore 7 subtle signs of ADHD that may be disrupting your routine and how to turn them into advantages in your everyday life. 1. Difficulty starting tasks. Starting a task, even a small one, can seem like a huge challenge for someone living with ADHD. It's like looking at a mountain that needs climbing without being sure where to start. Often, the problem is not the actual difficulty of the task, but the mental weight of starting. This can result in hours of putting off something simple, while thoughts like "I should be doing" that create a cycle of frustration and guilt. Over time, the accumulation of tasks increases the feeling of always being late, damaging performance at work or studies, and generating a significant emotional impact. To deal with this difficulty, it is essential to adopt strategies that make the beginning less intimidating. An effective approach is to break tasks into smaller, more manageable chunks. Instead of thinking about the task as a whole, choose something small like opening a document or organizing the tools you need. Often, the simple act of starting creates a domino effect, where initial progress generates momentum to continue. Another powerful technique is the 5-minute rule. Tell yourself that you will work on the task for just 5 minutes. Interestingly, once you start, you will find that it is easier to continue than to stop. Furthermore, creating an environment that makes it easier to get started is essential. Eliminate distractions around you and have everything you need for the task on hand. Setting visual reminders or alarms on your phone also helps you make a commitment to yourself. Finally, celebrate every small step forward, recognizing that every step counts. Getting started doesn't have to be perfect. The important thing is to take the first step, however small, towards completion. 2. Forgetfulness in daily activities. Forgetting appointments, important objects, or even significant dates is a common experience for those living with ADHD. These memory lapses are not intentional, but can be interpreted as carelessness by other people, causing embarrassment or even problems in relationships. Losing keys, forgetting an important meeting, or missing a deadline at work can have consequences ranging from minor annoyances to more serious issues, such as loss of trust from colleagues or loved ones. Over time, this pattern of forgetfulness can lead to a feeling of frustration with oneself, making organization even more difficult and increasing stress. Fortunately, there are simple and effective strategies to minimize this type of forgetfulness. Digital tools, such as organization apps or online calendars, are great allies. Google Calendar, for example, allows you to set automatic reminders for important appointments with alerts that reach your cell phone directly. Another valuable tip is to create visual routines. Keep a fixed place for essential objects, such as keys or wallet, and use daily task lists to record what needs to be done. Setting specific alarms for repetitive tasks, like taking medication or reviewing a report, can also be helpful. Over time, these practices become part of your routine, helping to transform forgetfulness into something manageable and restoring confidence in your abilities. 3. Overthinking simple decisions. Making seemingly simple decisions, such as what to eat for lunch or which task to tackle first, can become an exhausting task for people with ADHD. The constant analysis of pros and cons, combined with the fear of making the wrong decision, often results in paralysis, where nothing is decided or done. This cycle of indecision not only consumes time, but also increases stress and feelings of overwhelm. In everyday life, this can lead to delays, missed deadlines, and even important opportunities, in addition to generating personal frustration and damaging confidence in your own choices. To avoid falling into this trap, simplifying the decision process is essential. An effective strategy is to limit the options available. Instead of trying to evaluate all the possibilities, narrow them down to 2 or 3 choices. For example, when deciding what to eat, choose between 2 predefined dishes. Another useful technique is to establish clear and quick criteria for your decisions. Ask yourself, which option is most practical right now? Or, which one contributes most to my current goal? Additionally, creating routines for repetitive decisions, such as using a weekly menu or a fixed list of priorities, can save time and energy. These small changes help reduce the mental burden of decisions and allow you to focus your attention on what really matters, moving forward with more clarity and less stress. 4. Hyperfocus on specific interests. Hyperfocus is a hallmark of ADHD that, although it may seem contradictory, can be both a superpower and a challenge. Amidst the difficulty of focusing on general tasks, you can delve deeply into something that really piques your interest by dedicating uninterrupted hours to that activity. However, this state of intense focus can cause other important responsibilities to be neglected. Losing track of time while working on a passion project or getting distracted by a hobby can result in delays, forgotten appointments, and even personal or professional conflicts. To take advantage of hyperfocus productively, it is important to channel it into relevant tasks and learn to manage it consciously. A practical strategy is to identify activities that require the most attention and reserve specific blocks of time for them. As you begin a period of focused work, set alarms or reminders to take regular breaks, ensuring other responsibilities don't fall by the wayside. Using tools like timers or the Pomodoro technique can also help balance prolonged focus with breaks to reorganize priorities. Additionally, communicate your time and space needs to those around you, avoiding interruptions that break the flow. With these practices, hyperfocus can be transformed into a powerful ally to carry out tasks efficiently without compromising the rest of your obligations. 5. Difficulty regulating emotions. People with ADHD often have difficulty regulating their emotions, which can result in intense and unexpected reactions. Feelings such as irritation, frustration, or enthusiasm can arise suddenly and seem disproportionate to the context. A small delay or criticism, for example, can trigger an exaggerated emotional response, while moments of joy can lead to bursts of enthusiasm that surprise others. These emotional fluctuations, although natural, can cause misunderstandings and conflicts, especially in professional or personal environments, where clear and balanced communication is essential. To deal with these situations, it is important to develop strategies that help create space between the stimulus and the reaction. Practicing deep breathing techniques, such as inhaling for 4 seconds, holding for 4, and exhaling for 6, can be extremely effective in calming the mind and body in moments of tension. Regular meditation also helps increase emotional awareness, allowing you to recognize your feelings before they take over. Another helpful approach is to create mental break phrases, such as, "I need a moment to think," which could be used in challenging situations to buy time and avoid impulsive reactions. With practice and patience, it is possible to transform these emotional challenges into opportunities for personal growth and more harmonious relationships. 6. Losing track of time. Losing track of time is a common experience for those with ADHD. You start a task completely immersed, and before you know it, hours have already passed. While this level of concentration can be productive in some cases, it often results in being late for other important responsibilities or feeling like the day has slipped out of your hands. This lack of control can generate frustration, as the time spent does not seem proportional to what was accomplished, and compromising commitments or deadlines, causing a negative impact on routine and personal or professional relationships. To prevent this from happening, it is essential to adopt strategies that help you manage time better. One of the most effective is the Pomodoro technique, which involves working in 25-minute blocks followed by short 5-minute breaks. This approach helps you stay focused while creating regular breaks to reevaluate priorities. Using timers or alarms on your cell phone is also a practical way to set clear limits for each activity. Another tip is to plan your day in advance, dividing your time into blocks for specific tasks to ensure that nothing is forgotten. With these practices, it is possible to transform the habit of losing track of time into a more balanced and productive routine, giving back the feeling of control over one's day. 7. Feeling constantly overwhelmed. Feeling constantly overwhelmed is a reality for many people with ADHD. The to-do list seems never-ending, with new responsibilities popping up before old ones are completed. This accumulation generates a feeling of lack of control and frustration, often leading to paralysis or procrastination. Instead of starting, the mind gets stuck thinking about where to start, making the problem even worse. This mental overload can cause anxiety and contribute to a perception of failure, impacting both productivity and emotional well-being. A practical solution to dealing with this feeling is to simplify how you approach your responsibilities. Prioritize just 3 essential tasks per day, choosing those that will have the biggest impact on your routine or goals. This practice reduces the pressure of trying to do everything at once and creates a sense of progress at the end of the day. Additionally, breaking larger tasks into smaller steps can make work more manageable and less intimidating. Also, take a few minutes at the beginning of the day to organize your priorities on paper or a list app, helping to clear your mind. Over time, these practices help transform overwhelm into a feeling of balance and fulfillment.
If you enjoyed this video and want to see more content like this, we prepared the next video especially for you. Click here to watch.